Ladies and gentlemen, this is Tossif, and I am back with another live stream, as always. Friday night, my friends, who's on? If you are tuning in, please introduce yourself in the live chat window, because when you write your name in the live chat window, when you say hello, that's when I know who's on, okay? Otherwise, all I can see is a number. But the number doesn't tell me who's on. So please introduce yourself in the live chat. I can see that Frank is here. Hello, Frank. Frank, thank you for being here. Who else is on, my friends? It is 10:36 p.m. Friday night, January the 3rd of 2025. What a special day. January the 3rd, 2025, because the 119th Congress, the House of Representatives, they are now back in operation. Okay? The House of Representatives in the United States Senate, in the United States Congress, the House of Representatives, they are back and they are now fully functional. Okay? Members have been sworn in. The House of Representatives, that's what I'm going to talk about. Let's see who's here. Our friend Rachel is here. Hello, Rachel. Rachel from Waukesha. And Suzanne is here. Suzanne from Halifax. Hello, Suzanne. All right. Viewer named Angela. Angela, should I call you Angela? It's hard for me to pronounce that. Should I call you just Angela? Writing about Twitter, different topic. Okay, well, I see your comment. Ken is here. Hello, Ken. Ken from Appleton. Hello, Ken. Who else is on? Please like this video so that we can reach more people, okay? All right. Should I wait for maybe a minute more, half a minute more before I go into the discussion? I do have a poll that I'm conducting. If you have not voted yet, please do so. The poll question is, how happy? It's a happy question. I tell you, it is a happy question. It says, how happy are you that Mike Johnson has been elected to be the Speaker of the House of Representatives? Are you extremely happy? Are you very happy? Are you somewhat happy? Or are you not happy? You have to tell me your level of happiness. Okay? Extremely happy, very happy, somewhat happy, not happy. We all are happy, I think. If you are a freedom-loving American, you got to be happy. But how happy are you? That's what I'm wondering. Now, I do have to put an option there for those who are not happy. I guess there'll be a very small number of people who are not happy. You know why? Because they would love to see Hakeem Jeffries as the speaker. They would love to see Nancy Pelosi or someone on the left. Those are the folks who would say not happy, right? Not happy. Because, you know, Donald Trump endorsed Mike Johnson. So if you support Donald Trump, you got to be happy with Trump's choice, right? But if you're saying not happy, then I'm going to assume that you are on the left, that you want to see somebody like Nancy Pelosi or Hakeem Jeffries with the speaker's gavel, right? If you're not happy, then you're on the far left or on the left, somewhere on the left, I assume. I'm not saying everyone's going to be extremely happy or very happy about Mike Johnson. Obviously, there are some people who wanted to see other faces, like some folks here who said Jim Jordan. Some said Byron Donalds, right? So I understand, but we all are happy, I think. We all are happy. We all are happy with Mike Johnson's re-election as the Speaker of the House. Now, I want to know, how happy are you? Are you like extremely happy? This is the best decision. Or are you very happy? Or somewhat happy? Shannon is here. Crockett. Hello, Shannon. Hello, Shannon. Who else is here? Welder Bill. Bill is here. Hello, Bill. Thank you for being here. So, my friends, Mike Johnson has been elected the Speaker of the House. Or should I say re-elected? He was the Speaker. He has been re-elected Speaker of the House. And as the voting began on the House floor, wow. By the way, before I go into the discussion, I want to hear how many of you have seen the live House floor proceedings as people were voting, as the members were voting. Who saw it live on TV? Anyone here saw it live on TV? Fred is here. Hello, Fred. Pearl says I did. Thank you, Pearl. Pearl, what did you think about it? Freshly is here. Hi, Freshly. I'm gonna wait for Pearl to answer. You know, if you have thoughts about the House floor proceedings, let me know, okay? Freshly is saying Mike Johnson is a great unifier. Absolutely, absolutely. Suzanne, did you just say your birthday is tomorrow? Is that what you said, Suzanne? Oh, tomorrow as in Sunday, so that would be the 5th. Is that your birthday, Suzanne? We're going to have to remember to wish Suzanne a happy birthday. Let's do it now. Suzanne, happy birthday in advance. Wish you a very, very awesome birthday, Suzanne. All right. You've got a lot of friends here, Suzanne, a lot of well-wishers right here on this channel. I'm going to write this. Happy birthday, Suzanne. In advance. Rachel is saying, my son is tomorrow. So it's your son's birthday tomorrow, Rachel? I'm going to write it. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. I just wrote it, Rachel. Please wish your son a happy birthday from all of us, Rachel. And Suzanne, happy birthday to you as well. In advance. It's on Sunday. It's on the 5th. That's great. David Nichols is here. Hi, David. Okay, let me go into the discussion. We have some birthdays coming up. That is so awesome. So awesome. Mine's in October, if you remember. Okay, Pearl is saying, I got tired of hearing Jefferson. You mean Jeffries, right? No, wait. Who are you referring to, Pearl? Okay, anyway, let me go into the discussion here. So my friends, As voting began on the House floor, it seemed that Mike Johnson did not have the votes to be reelected House Speaker. As voting began on the House floor, initially it seemed that Mike Johnson didn't have the votes needed to be reelected House Speaker. As I said previously, with 219 Republican House members, Mike Johnson needed 218 votes. Okay, 218 votes out of 219 Republicans, because the Democrats obviously would not vote for Mike Johnson. They would vote for Hakeem Jeffries. So the Republicans, 218 Republican votes were needed by Mike Johnson to be reelected Speaker. And Thomas Massey had said he wouldn't vote for Mike Johnson. So out of 219, that's one gone. And then 218. So the rest would have to vote for Mike Johnson. And so, oh, hi, AC. Good to see you. Sharice, good to see you. Thank you for being here. Okay, so the initial numbers were 216 in favor of Mike Johnson. He needed 218. Initially, he got 216 votes in favor. So 3 Republicans voted for somebody other than Mike Johnson. Not Jeffries, somebody else. And then Hakeem Jeffries got 215 votes. So initially, Democrat Hakeem Jeffries was at 215. Mike Johnson, Republican, was at 216. And Mike Johnson could not get to 218, which is what he needed. So the negotiations began. 3 people did not vote for Mike Johnson initially. Thomas Massey of Kentucky, Ralph Norman of South Carolina, and Keith Self of Texas. And Mike Johnson needed to win the support of 2 out of these 3 Republicans. So 219 Republicans, Mike Johnson was at 216. He needed to get to 218. So when you are at 216 out of 219, that means 3 people did not choose to vote for Mike Johnson. But the vote was not closed. The first round, I'm talking about the first round. And a lot of people thought when they saw 216 on their TV screen, they thought, whoa, this is going to go to a second round. And remember, Kevin McCarthy, there were more than a dozen rounds of votes before Kevin McCarthy became Speaker. He had to give a lot of concessions. He had to agree to a lot of things, which, kind of made his speakership somewhat weak, because during the negotiations, different House members asked for different things, right? Like they asked for different, you have to agree to their terms and conditions in order to kind of earn their vote. Is what happened during Kevin McCarthy. This member of Congress says, "Oh, I'm going to vote for you, but this is what should be the path going forward," or I want this, or you have to agree to this rules, stuff like that. These are all behind the scenes stuff. So as Kevin McCarthy agreed to more and more things, it kind of reduced his powers. But he was elected Speaker, but that only lasted for a few months. And then obviously we know what happened. Matt Gaetz, he wanted that motion to vacate. And Kevin McCarthy had agreed to to that term that a single House member can bring up a motion to vacate. So Matt Gaetz did, and then Kevin McCarthy was voted out. So to earn support for speaker votes, for speakership, during the voting for House Speaker, to select House Speaker, those negotiations matter, because those negotiations can either strengthen a speaker's position or can weaken a speaker's position. So this time, there were 3 individuals who chose not to vote for Kevin McCarthy, for Mike Johnson, but then voting did not close. So the vote was open. There were negotiations that took place, and we don't know what the conversations were. Okay, we don't know the contents of the conversations that took place, but what we do know is that Keith Self of Texas and Ralph Norman of South Carolina, they changed their votes, and eventually they voted for Mike Johnson. I mean, there's a video clip you can see. Front of the room, there was Keith Self, there was Ralph Norman, Mike Johnson was there, and they changed their votes, and they eventually voted in favor of Mike Johnson, and this was all in the first round. It did not go to a second round of voting. Okay, it did not go to a second round of voting. It was all in the first round. So Mike Johnson, from 216, he went up to 218, and that's how Mike Johnson became the Speaker of the House again, and this time in the 119th Congress. This is the 119th Congress. Now the real work begins. Now the real work begins. My friends, if you remember, just a couple of days ago, we did a poll here. The question was, do you think that Mike Johnson will win the votes needed to be reelected as the House Speaker? 234 people voted. It was like almost 50-50. It was 50-50. It was 50-50. So 50% said yes, 50% said no. And then when I clicked to close the poll, that's when I saw that 49% said yes, 50% said no. So there was some feeling out there among people that Mike Johnson may not be elected Speaker again. Okay? I mean, it was almost 50-50. I remember on my end, when I was running the poll, it was like 50-50. But when I clicked end poll, and then when the final results popped up, it showed that 50% said no, he's not going to be reelected Speaker. 50% said that, 49% said yes. It was still pretty close. I mean, statistically, you could say 50-50. And because I saw 50-50, then I clicked on end poll and it became 50-49. So maybe like there was a vote change in the final moment. But it was that close. It was not decisively one way or another. It was like real close. And that's what happened on the floor also. Mike Johnson needed 218. He got exactly 218. It was so close. But he is the Speaker now. And the fact that he became the Speaker, in spite of a couple of House members initially not voting for him, the fact that he made it in the first round, he didn't have to go to the second round of voting. Like McCarthy, there were rounds after rounds after rounds after rounds after rounds of voting. But Mike Johnson, he got it in the very first round. And we don't know what conversations took place behind the scene, but it has been reported that Donald Trump played a very major role in ensuring Mike Johnson's victory in this election for House Speaker. Okay, Claudia Greenwood is here. Hi, Claudia. Robert is here. Hello, Robert. Okay, who else is here? Okay. Audrey is here. So Claudia, Robert, Audrey, good to see you all. Thank you. Now, Donald Trump's endorsement. Let's see. Okay, Donald Trump's endorsement did matter. Donald Trump's endorsement did matter a lot. A lot. And in fact, as I said, it has been reported that Donald Trump played a key role in making sure that Mike Johnson could get to 218 in the first round. In the first round. Okay? You know, when you go to a second round and a third round and a fourth round, eventually, you know, it's like things get worse. Things don't improve necessarily. Things get worse. You know, maybe in the first round you lose 3 votes. Maybe in the second round you lose 4 votes, right? And so you never know. It doesn't always improve. Things can get worse over time. And so to get it in the very first round, that is important. And so that's what happened. In the very first round, Speaker Mike Johnson became the House Speaker. Became the House Speaker again. And now the real work begins. Now, a few quick highlights that I want to share with you. I wrote this down as I was listening to Mike Johnson's speech after he got elected. So, Mike Johnson listed border security as the top priority. Are you happy about that? Mike Johnson, Speaker Mike Johnson, listed border security as the top priority, and it was great to hear that. It truly was great to hear that, because you know, my friends, how much I talked about border security and how much I continue to talk about border security. It is, I think, my number one topic. If you look at all my live streams, my podcast episodes, things I talk about, if you see Levi thinks I am a little sleepy. I've had a long day. Levi says, toss if you don't sleep. I am a little sleepy. You can tell. This is not going to be a very long live stream, okay? Unless a lot of people start pouring in, and then, you know, there are lots of questions, lots of things to discuss. Then I'll go, you know, as long as I can. But this is probably not going to be a very long live stream. You can tell I'm a little sleepy. Not too much. You know, it's just that I haven't had tea this evening. Usually I've got tea or coffee with me. I don't, okay? Not today. And so that's what I'm missing. If I had a cup of tea, I'd be more energized, but that's okay. That's okay. Suzanne is saying Tosif needs tea and chocolate. Yes. Yes. Tea and chocolate. I'd love it. Okay. So Mike Johnson listed border security as the top priority. And it was great to hear that. I mean, I talk about the economy, obviously, because it's always on my mind. You know, every time I'm buying gas, every time I'm buying groceries, I mean, it's really, I mean, especially if you want to buy good quality stuff, better quality. Okay, I'm not the kind that always buys organic stuff, everything organic. No, I don't do that. I mean, it's just way too expensive. Okay, I would do it if I could, but it's just way too expensive. So some stuff, I do try to buy organic. Other stuff I'll just buy regular. But overall, I try to eat healthy. Okay, less processed foods. Um, you know, I do a lot of cooking. You know that, right? So I eat a lot of home cooked stuff. But obviously, when I'm out and about, I'm traveling for work, for whatever reason I'm out and about traveling, whether it's a trip I make to Chicago with my mom, or if it's traveling for work. I do have to eat outside, but I try to go to cafes and restaurants where I think that the food quality, the service is better than a lot of other places. But so going back to the economy, you know, every time you're out grocery shopping, you're buying stuff, you can feel the pain, you can feel the impact. Um, Audrey is writing, I bought some apples, blueberries, and green grapes. That's awesome. That is awesome. Eat more fruits and veggies. That's always good. But you got to have your protein too. Um, and I over the years I've made lots of changes to my diet. I have, and I think it was in 2019 that I seriously started making changes to my diet. Okay, so a lot of the food I cook, you'll see that I use a lot of spices for flavor, but I don't put chili powder, red chili powder. Red chili powder is something that is very commonly used in a lot of Asian dishes. Red chili powder. I don't put red chili powder. Instead, for flavor, I add green chili. Okay, whole green chili. You kind of do a slit on one side, and you add it to the cooking process. It adds flavor, but it doesn't alter the taste as much. But if you put red chili powder, it would mix with the gravy, and then you consume it. You can feel that it's hot, it tastes hot, and it can cause issues with your gastrointestinal, like digestion and whatever. Um, can be more challenging. It can lead to heartburn and gas and all that. So, I try to eat healthy. I try to eat a lot of home cooked stuff. Yes, I do go to Starbucks. Okay, I love Starbucks. Okay, I do go to Starbucks, and as I'm traveling, depending on what town or city I'm in, if I have to stop for lunch or dinner, I know what places I prefer to go to. Okay, less greasy, slightly better quality. But just going back to the original discussion, if you want to eat healthy, if you want to buy high quality products, or maybe not the highest quality, but even like above average produce or poultry or whatever, it's tough on the budget. It is really tough on the budget. Okay, I mean, we the American people, okay, unless you're super wealthy, unless you're like not even super wealthy, if you're a multi-millionaire, it's probably not an issue. But if you are a middle class American, or you are, facing financial challenges, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, I'm talking about people who are struggling with poverty, and then people who are in the middle class, and everyone in between. These are the people who face the challenges. Okay, if you've got $1 million, multi-million dollars, food prices, they may go up 25, 30, 40, 50%. It would probably not make a huge dent in your budget. Okay, because with high savings, high income, you probably have cushion. You can deal with it. But people who are living paycheck to paycheck, or maybe people who are saving some money, but not enough, okay? Maybe they have some money for a rainy day, but not enough. Okay, one emergency, one catastrophic hospitalization or accident or life event, and maybe they'll run out of savings. Okay, so Debbie is writing, the struggle is real. The struggle is real. Everything that I say on my channel, yes, I do cite a lot of statistics, data as needed. But I also tell people, hey, you don't need an economist to tell you how bad inflation is. You don't need a report from the Federal Reserve. You don't need to sit down with a financial advisor who's going to tell you, how bad the economy is or what the challenges are, how prices are going up. All you have to do is walk into a grocery store, take a basket, take a cart, go get your household items, go get the food that you need for the week, and go to the cash register. And as the cashier rings it all up, you look at the total and you know that inflation's bad. So inflation is something I talk about a lot, okay? And a lot of it has to do with the Biden-Harris administration. I mean, these folks, the Biden-Harris administration, the worst administration in the history of the United States of America. Do you agree with me? Do you agree with me? The Biden-Harris administration is the worst administration in the history of the United States. So, Crockett is saying bad policies. I agree with that. Yeah, Debbie is saying 100%. Suzanne is saying agree. Yeah. No administration is perfect. Republican administration, Democrat administration, no administration is 100% perfect. It's never going to happen. You look at different administrations throughout history, let's say your favorite administration did 100 great things. Maybe there are 2 or 3 things that they did not do so great. There will always be, things that we can praise and things that we can criticize. Whoever is in charge, Democrat or Republican, doesn't matter. But when you look at the Biden-Harris administration, pretty much everything they did wrong. Everything they did, the Biden-Harris administration, everything they did wrong. Okay? The border, reckless spending, okay? Making the military weak, okay? Failing to strengthen our alliances around the world, failing to prevent the start of wars and military conflicts. When America is strong, when we have a strong president, the world overall is a peaceful place. When we have a strong president, the world overall is a peaceful place. If we have a weak president, that's when we see all these armed conflicts and wars and battles starting. And that's exactly what we saw during the Biden-Harris administration. So on the military side, very poor performance of the Biden-Harris administration. Border security, very poor performance. Okay. Economy overall, very poor performance. Education, very poor performance. Okay. And the list goes on. Energy sector, the energy sector, very, very poor performance. So everything, every major action, every major decision of the Biden-Harris administration resulted in, more struggles, more challenges, and more failures. So, I was talking about Mike Johnson's highlights, and then I started talking about economy and groceries and all that. So I kind of drifted away on one side here. So let me come back to the main discussion. Mike Johnson, he listed border security as his top priority. And it was great to hear that. He said, we will listen to the voices of the people. That is so amazing. He said, we will act quickly. We will start by defending our nation's borders. That is so awesome. Mike Johnson said, In coordination with President Trump, this Congress will give our border and immigration enforcement agents the resources that they need to do their job. That is so awesome. He said, we will secure the border. That is super duper awesome. He said, we will deport dangerous criminal illegal aliens. I love it. He said, we will finish building the border wall. I love it. There was loud applause. There was loud applause when Mike Johnson said all this. And you know, Mike Johnson at one point, he looked at Hakeem Jeffries. After he said, we will finish building the border wall, there was loud applause. Mike Johnson looked at Hakeem Jeffries, the minority leader, right? The leader of the Democrats in the House. He looked at Hakeem Jeffries. He said, you said you would work with us on that, Hakeem. I'm counting on it. That is great. Mike Johnson looked at Hakeem Jeffries and he said, you said you would work with us on that, Hakeem. I'm counting on it. That was a key moment. That was a key moment. You know, it's going to be recorded in history. Then Mike Johnson looked at Hakeem Jeffries, the Democrat, and said, you said you would work with us on that, Hakeem. I'm counting on it. Okay. Then let's talk about the economy and what Mike Johnson said. Now, why was I talking about grocery prices and all that? Because I always talk about inflation. I always talk about the challenges that we, the American people, face. You know, people who are in the lower income category, people who are living in poverty, people who are in the middle class. Okay. So the multimillionaires and the billionaires, you know, they've got enough resources to deal with whatever financial challenges come their way. Okay. And grocery prices probably won't affect them much. Okay. But the middle class, people in the lower income category, people who are living in poverty, they are the ones who are struggling. They are the ones who don't have the resources, the money, the income to keep up with rising prices in the economy. So I talk about economy a lot, but I think more than the economy, I talk about the border on this channel. More than the economy, I think I talk about the border. I think I talk about the border the most, and it's all connected. Those are not separate issues. You know, you talk about inflation, economy, and then border. It's all connected because when you see that cities like Chicago, they are facing deficits because they spent hundreds of millions of dollars on the illegal immigrants, and now they are facing budget deficits in local government. And to make up that, you know, to kind of fill that void, they want to raise property taxes, which basically means putting more burden on the taxpayers, which means that, you know, more money out of people's pockets, right? So that means the people are affected financially because of illegal immigrants. American citizens are being affected. Okay, so Denver, Chicago, New York, they spent a lot of money on the illegals. And Chicago tried to raise property tax. Okay, remember, tried to raise property tax. I don't know what the details of the final budget is. I talked about it a little bit, I think. I don't remember too much now. But Mayor Johnson wanted to, Brandon Johnson, now I'm talking about Brandon Johnson of Chicago. Brandon Johnson tried to raise property tax significantly, okay, to kind of try to fill the void, that void created by the budget deficit. And so illegal immigration and economy and inflation may be separate issues, but they are connected. The more money spent on illegal immigrants, because the border is open and illegal immigrants are pouring in, the more taxpayer money spent on the illegals, the more financial burden on the US citizens. Okay, so it's all connected. But I think my number one issue, I think, on this channel has been the issue of the border and illegal immigration and all that. But then I also talk about the economy a lot because it's all connected. So Mike Johnson talked about inflation. He mentioned 4 years of high inflation. 4 years of high inflation. Yeah, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024. 4 years of the Biden-Harris administration. 4 years of high inflation. Mike Johnson mentioned that. Mike Johnson said we can and must fight high inflation. We can and must fight high inflation. Mike Johnson said, we will give relief to Americans. We will extend the Trump tax cuts. If you support the Trump tax cuts, please write here, my friends, I support the Trump tax cuts. If you support the Trump tax cuts, please say, I support the Trump tax cuts, my friends. Black Truck is saying, I support it. Suzanne is saying, I support Trump tax cuts. Who else, my friends? Who else? Please tell me if you support the Trump tax cuts. Crockett is saying, I support the Trump tax cuts. Saul is saying, I support the Trump tax cuts. Pearl is saying, thumbs up, Trump tax cuts. Bill is saying, awesome, I support Trump tax cuts. This is great. This is great. Thank you so much, my friend. So Mike Johnson said, we will extend the Trump tax cuts. And, you know, he summed it up very nicely. He said, we will make life affordable again for America's hardworking people. This is all we need to know. We will make life affordable again. That's a nice slogan. Make life affordable again. I mean, who can disagree with that? Make life affordable again. Make life affordable again. I know you love Make America Great Again. I know that. I know that you love my hat, and you were probably all wondering, Tossif's talking in front of the camera. Where is his hat? This is a great day to wear the Make America Great Again hat. And part of making America great again is making life affordable again. Making life affordable again. Okay? Making life affordable again. You love it, right? MLAA. Making life affordable again. Audrey is saying, I support. You love the hat. I love it. You love it? All right. Okay. See, it says, maybe I should wear it this way too. See, it says 4547. I love it. And then on this side, it's the US flag. Suzanne is saying, make America wealthy again. Yep. Suzanne is saying, make America happy again. Claudia is saying, Trump 2025. So I loved it. I really loved it when Mike Johnson said, we will give relief to Americans. We will extend the Trump tax cuts. We will make life affordable again for America's hardworking people. I loved it. And Mike Johnson also talked about how blessed we are to have abundant natural resources. Misty is here. Hi, Misty. Good to see you. Our friend Misty from Pennsylvania is here. Hello, Misty. Good to see you. A viewer named Nick is saying, boring. I'm out of here. All right, bye-bye. If you're out of here, bye. On your way out, hit the like button. All right, Nick? Go ahead, do it. Kenneth is saying, let's go, Trump. I love it. I love it. Kelly is saying, Happy New Year, Tossif. Thank you so much, Kelly. Happy New Year to you as well. Happy New Year. Okay, so um, Mike Johnson, he talked about how blessed we are to have abundant natural resources, vast natural resources. He said that it is our duty to restore. You're going to love this one. Are you ready for this? I paused. I didn't complete the sentence. I did not complete the sentence because what I am about to tell you, you, my friends, you are going to love it. Are you ready? Are you ready? Mike Johnson said, it is our duty to restore America's energy dominance. Energy dominance. How do you like that one? Energy dominance. Share with me your thoughts. Claudia, Ken, Misty, Suzanne, Crockett, others, Audrey, everyone who's here. If I'm missing someone, I'm sorry. Freshly, are you here, Freshly? What do you think about that? Mike Johnson said, it is our duty to restore America's energy dominance. I love it. I love it a lot. He said, we have to apply common sense. David Nichols is saying, drill, baby, drill. That's Trump's energy policy summed up. Drill, baby, drill. A viewer is saying, bro, your accent is weird. Okay. All right. If my accent is weird, okay, keep listening. Keep listening. Pearl is here. Pearl, how do you like that statement that Mike Johnson said, it is our duty to restore America's energy dominance? Share with me your thoughts. Who am I missing? Did I miss anyone's name? Is Michael Brown here? Is Heidi Smith here? One Texas Miner is here, our friend Ron. Thank you, Ron. Ron, what do you think about Mike Johnson's statement that he said, it is our duty to restore America's energy dominance? I love it. And here's a speaker who said we have to apply common sense. Yes, that's what the American people have been saying for so long. We need common sense in policy making. Thank you, Speaker Mike Johnson. Yes, let's embrace common sense. Because what the Biden-Harris administration has been doing, that's not common sense. The Green New Deal is not common sense. The Green New Deal is stupidity. The Green New Deal is absurd. We have to apply common sense. We have to apply common sense, and that is what Speaker Mike Johnson said in his speech. And I just mentioned the Green New Deal, how stupid that is, how absurd that is, how ridiculous. It's absolute nonsense, the Green New Deal. And you know what Mike Johnson said about the Green New Deal? He said, we must pass legislation to eliminate the Green New Deal, that funding. I love it. I love it. How are we going to celebrate this? How are we going to celebrate this? I feel like we should all be in the same location. I wish we were all in the same place tonight and we would celebrate. Now we're going to celebrate virtually, obviously. But this is so amazing. This is so amazing. He said we must pass legislation to eliminate, not expand, not promote, not encourage, eliminate. That's the word. Eliminate The Green New Deal. It's not the Green New Deal, it's the Green New Scam. It's the Green New Scam. It's not the Green New Deal. A deal is supposed to be a good thing, okay? I mean, you want to talk about deal, good stuff, profitable stuff, productive stuff, stuff that leads to growth, deals, awesome deals, win-win situations, then you're going to have to talk to Trump because Trump knows the art of the deal. The art of the deal. Charisse, thank you for being here. The art of the deal. But the Green New Deal is the Green New Scam. Green New Scam. Please write. Oh, Pearl is saying the Green New Steel. And steel, so when Pearl writes steel, it's like stealing, steel, S-T-E-A-L. It's not like steel that you make stuff with, you know. We love American steel, okay? Metallic steel. We love that. That's a good thing. But Pearl is writing the Green New Steel, okay? It's like stealing taxpayer money for stupid things. That Pearl, that's a great name, Pearl. The Green New Steel, S-T-E-A-L. I like that. Yeah, that's what it is. Okay? Fooling the taxpayers and taking more money from them. The Green New Steel. Yeah, scam, steal, whatever you want to call it. Okay? It's not the stainless steel, metallic steel. That we love, okay? I do a lot of cooking, so I love steel, okay? Stainless steel stuff. We need steel for our growth, you know, to build structures. We need steel. But the Green New Steel, S-T-E-A-L, and the Green New Scam, same thing, whatever you want to call it. Green New Steel, Green New Scam. But Mike Johnson said that we must pass legislation to eliminate the Green New Deal, that funding. And here's something else that Mike Johnson said, which you, once again, you're going to love this. You're going to love this. Get ready. Get ready, okay? And if you are in Texas, if you are watching from Texas, let me tell you, you're going to love this, all right? Especially my friends in Texas. Who's here from Texas? Our friend Ron is from Texas. Who else is from Texas? You're going to love this. Mike Johnson said, we are going to expedite new drilling permits. New drilling permits. We just talked about drill, baby, drill, right? Drill, baby, drill. Mike Johnson said, we are going to expedite new drilling permits. JFF88 is writing Texas, 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 MAGA. Everyone's happy. Everyone's happy. Mike Johnson said, we are going to expedite new drilling permits. And he also said, we are going to save the jobs of our auto manufacturers. So these are some great promises, my friends. These are some great promises that Mike Johnson made. He's, you know, there are the things that the American people want to see. We want border security. We want to see criminal, illegal aliens deported. We want affordable groceries. We want tax cuts. We want America to be energy dominant. And we do not want the Green New Deal. So you can call it the Green New Scam or the Green New Steal, as in like stealing taxpayer money, Green New Steel. I'm obviously not summarizing Mike Johnson's entire speech, but I just wanted to share with you some important points from his remarks, okay? Mike Johnson, Speaker Mike Johnson, he's clearly ready to work with Donald J. Trump, okay? And this is really the golden opportunity, my friends. I think this is the golden opportunity. We have 2 years before the midterm election. We have 2 years to fulfill the promises made to the American people. And it seems to me that Speaker Mike Johnson has a strong commitment to get the job done. He wants to get the job done. He wants to support and advance the MAGA agenda, the Make America Great Again agenda. Speaker Mike Johnson, he wants to put America first. He is going to put America first. He is going to put Americans first. And also, there's one more thing that Speaker Johnson talked about. He talked about making government more efficient. And obviously, to make government more efficient, we must reduce the power of the unelected bureaucrats. Reduce the power of the unelected bureaucrats. And so, some great promises that Speaker Mike Johnson made. And now we have to wait and see. The work has started. We have to wait and see the Republicans in the House and the Senate and Donald Trump. We have to wait for them to fulfill the promises that they made. Fulfill the promises made. Okay? Lots of great promises. Now it's time to fulfill the promises. So the Republicans in the House, in the Senate, and Donald Trump's administration, they will have to work hard to fulfill the promises made to the American people. Okay. So, my friends, that's all I have. It's a MAGA day. It's a Make America Great Again day. Speaker Mike Johnson is putting America first. So he is ready to support Donald J. Trump and the Trump agenda, the MAGA agenda, the America First agenda, whatever you want to call it. Okay? So it's a great day. And that's all I have for tonight, okay? I'm gonna try to get some tea. Okay. All right, my friends. So let me close the poll. Let me close the poll here. You know, I'm in good mood today because the Republicans are winning. The American people are winning. A great first day in Congress, the new Congress. Speaker Mike Johnson elected House Speaker again, so it's a great day. Trump endorsed Mike Johnson. And so I'm trying to stay in good mood, and that's why I'm trying to disregard the trolls. Lots of trolls and haters here. Not a lot, some. So I'm totally disregarding them. I'm not answering their questions. I'm not looking at their comments. I'm not paying them any attention. They can do whatever they want, okay? Okay, I'm going to end the poll here and see the results. So extremely happy is 29%, 144 votes. Not happy is 28. 28. Very happy is 21. Somewhat happy is 20. Can you all see me? I thought the screen got stuck for a second. You can all see me, right? You can see me, hear me clearly? Okay. AC Cruz is waving. Hi, AC. Okay, everything's working great. I thought the screen froze for a little bit. So the question I asked is, how happy are you that Mike Johnson has been elected to be the Speaker of the House of Representatives? 144 people voted. 29% said extremely happy. That is great. 29% said extremely happy. 21% said somewhat happy. 21% said very happy. 29% said extremely happy. 21% said very happy. 20% said somewhat happy. And 28% said not happy, okay? So overwhelmingly, people are happy, okay? Some are extremely happy, 29%. Some are very happy, 21%. Some are somewhat happy, 20%. And 28% says not happy. But it's a small percentage, okay? So thank you so very much, my friends, for tuning in for this live stream and for participating in the live chat window. We just crossed the 1 hour time mark. I am going to end this live stream, but I'll be back with more live streams, more videos, more episodes of my podcast. And please stay connected with me. And also please encourage your friends, family members, and neighbors to check out my channel and to subscribe, okay? So with that, my friends, thank you so very much. Thank you, Frankie, Suzanne, Claudia, Misty, Ron, Texas Repo, Pearl, Ken, Audrey, Shiv, Suzanne, AC Cruz, Crockett. Who am I missing? Freshly, Pearl. Did I mention Pearl and Charisse? JFF. Who else? Who else did I miss? Who did I miss? Paul. Thank you. Did I miss anyone? Hope not. Oh, did I miss? James is saying me. Okay, well, sorry, James. I missed you, James. All right, thank you for being here, James. Everyone, thank you so very much, my friends. Thank you for continuing to support this channel. I hope to be able to do longer live streams. I just have to end it a little early today. So thank you so very much, okay? All right, my friends. All right. May God bless you all. May God bless our President-elect Donald J. Trump. May God bless the incoming Trump administration. May God bless the United States of America. May God bless our U.S. allies. And may God bless freedom-loving people all over the world. With that, have a wonderful night, my friends. Thank you so very much. God bless you all. And thank you for continuing to support this channel. And it is because of your love and support and your encouragement that we are growing. This community is growing bigger and stronger every day. So thank you so very much, my friends. Have a wonderful night, and I'll be back again soon.